Hello. It is a beautiful day right now. It's almost 3 o'clock, so it's kind of late in the day, but right now I am going to go get some coffee and get something to eat for lunch and then sit down and read for a bit before I go run my bookish errands. I definitely have been trying not to drink coffee out as much because it gets expensive, but I've had quite the week so far, so I'm going to treat myself. So I'm gonna read a chapter at least, or until I finish my food, and then we are gonna go to a couple bookstores. Hopefully, I don't necessarily plan on buying any books, but I do want to go visit and say hi to my books. And then I do have a couple other things that I am going to do once I get home, so come along with me to do a couple bookish errands. One for me, one for my husband. Hopefully the sound quality isn't too bad because I do have my AC running right now, but I just wanted to say a couple things now that I'm out of Target. I'll do a book haul once I get home, including the stuff that I got last week, but I just wanted to talk about like a couple things that I got from Target before I get home because I'm kind of excited. The first one being these colored index cards. Now, I know I have a lot of stationery, but I decided to get these because I wanted to start trying to do a TBR jar. And I didn't want to do post-it notes because I just thought that it would, like, the stickiness of the post-it note would be a little hard to work with. So, index cards. I kind of ducked into an aisle to get a couple shots of my cart. And I found Lord of the Rings blind bags, and I got one for me and one for my husband. And then I'm kind of pissed off because I went to a new coffee place. I guess it's more of like a boba place, and I decided to be adventurous and get a matcha instead of my usual coffee at Pete's, and the matcha that I got was kind of ass. So I also grabbed a Celsius while I was in Target, so I'm going to try that right now because I definitely need the caffeine and I wanted to try a new flavor. I literally have my phone propped up on my steering wheel right now because I brought my magnetic tripod, but I'm pretty sure that when I have my car running, you can literally hear all of the rumbling from my engine, and that's kind of annoying. And it's slipping. Okay, we just needed it for a couple seconds while I try this drink. I literally cannot get the pop tab open. That's not bad at all. It's sparkling fruit punch. I do like fruit punch. I'm gonna have to hold it while I drive because I have too many drinks in my car right now. I am going to dump out the matcha once I get home, but I don't want to do it in front of like a bunch of cars because I'm in a parking lot right now. Now that I'm back home, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the things that I wanted to talk about in Target, but I was too scared to film myself talking about. Also, kind of a side note, I am so sad that I have to wash my hair today because my natural hair actually looks kind of decent, and the lighting from the sunset in my car was so much better than this ring light with this lamp behind me, but that's okay. So you'll be able to see before I even talk about it, but when I was in Target, I kind of got sidetracked and was looking through the gardening section, and I was looking through the scrapbooking stuff when I was in Michael's, and I'm trying to decide what I want my old lady hobby to be. Even though you could argue that I already have old lady hobbies, because I crochet and I read and I journal and stuff, but I feel like scrapbooking and gardening would be my real old lady hobbies because as you can see from like the b-roll that I was doing, there are so many grow kits, and I feel now I'm not a plant girly yet, and I feel like it would be so easy to just get some like either some seeds or some of those starter kits and start there. I do have a China rose plant that my husband bought me, and it's kind of dying because I don't know how to take care of it. I feel like I could learn, you know, YouTube is a big learning tool that I use all of the time already. And then with scrapbooking, I just want to have memories physically, and I'm kind of scared to tell my mom that I want to start scrapbooking because I know she has mountains of scrapbooking materials, and I know that the second that I tell her, she's going to give me a bunch of that scrapbooking stuff and I have no space for it. I feel like if I want to start gardening, I definitely should start it within the next couple of weeks, because a lot of plants, I think you start in the spring or early summer. I'm not quite sure, but I know you don't want to start it too late in the summer, especially with the California heat, because then your plants are going to be fried. I'm kind of just talking out of my ass because I don't really know much about plants, but now I'm going to go make dinner, and I'm going to make some lemon bars because I promised my husband that I would make him lemon bars in the first month we started dating, and here we are several years later and I still haven't made him lemon bars. So I'm going to make him some lemon bars. I'm going to make a Cajun chicken pasta type of deal. I'm just going to eyeball it and hope that it comes out good. I did try making it once before and it was kind of but I'm going to try it again. And then I'm going to probably wind down for the night and read more, and then tomorrow we have more bookish activities. Happy Sunday. So I just need to pick out an outfit, and then I am going to go meet up with my sister and my nephew, and we're gonna hit Barnes & Noble and Half Price Books and maybe some other spots while we're out. I just need to find something interesting to wear because I am doing laundry right now. I have like no clothes. I want to try and find a cool coffee shop while we're out that actually serves good matcha because I want to redeem myself from yesterday. But I'll see you at the first bookstore. Not sure which one we're doing first, but I will see you when I get there. Fancy meeting you here. I have a hefty haul to unpack here. Just to give you a little sneak peek, there's a lot. I'm really excited. So this is not just from the past 2 days. This actually is for the entire month of February. I've bought these books, so I think that's pretty good. I did get 4 today and 1 yesterday. So if I didn't get those, I would only have 5. So I have 10 that I've bought for the month of February. Let's get into it. I think I'm gonna do in order of purchase. So let me just organize them real quick so it's easier to grab. The first book that I picked up this month was from Barnes, and it's Gate to Kagoshima by Poppy Kuroki. This one I got actually as a blind date with a book. It's a romantasy, but it's also like history related, and it's not really something that I would gravitate towards on my own, but I am really excited that it ended up being something that I wasn't super aware of, because literally everything on my TBR I could pick up myself. But the point of a blind date with a book, I feel, is to be able to experience or be introduced to something that you wouldn't have come across yourself. This one is obviously romance, fantasy. It has a little bit of Japanese history and time travel, which I feel like is really cool. The cover is really pretty, and then it does have sprayed edges, which I am a sucker for. It is under 300 pages, so I feel like I could really grind this out in a day. I may even try to finish this before February ends just to get another book checked off of my reading goal. Next up, I have 4 that I got from Target. I'm gonna do them 2 at a time because I have 2 paperbacks and 2 hardcovers. The first 2 are Phantasma by Kaylee Smith and Twisted Love by Anna Huang. So Phantasma is the one that I am currently reading. I'm reading it on my Kindle actually, but I know everybody does this. You get the physical and you read it on your Kindle or vice versa. This is beautiful, and I know I'm gonna reread it eventually because I'm already obsessed with it, and it's just so much easier to bring my Kindle around like to work or just out and about when I have some downtime versus bringing the entire physical book because I am kind of scared to damage my books. And then next I have Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I actually accidentally bought Twisted Lies first several months ago, and I put it on my February TBR. Then as I was filming the video, I found out that it was book 4. So I told myself that I wasn't gonna buy it. I was just gonna read it on Kindle Unlimited, but then Target was having a buy one get one 50% off sale, so I just decided to get it anyways. And I did start the first, I think I'm on chapter 2 now. This seems like a really easy read. I can probably also get this cranked out really quickly, especially since I do plan on doing like a little reading challenge-esque thing next week. And this is also on Kindle Unlimited, so I can bring it to work with me. These next 2, I have not yet taken the Target stickers off, but I will, don't worry. The first one is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry and Sky Shade by Alex Astor. So Legends and Lattes, this is a book that has been recommended to me over and over and over and over and over again. The only problem is I was not a fan of the original covers, these ones right here. There is another book, I don't know if it's a series or if they're just like in the same universe or whatnot, but I was not a fan of the covers. And then I saw this in Target and I couldn't pass it up. I mean, no, these are cute. These covers were really cute. They're just not my taste per se. I do prefer something like this. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. It also has some cool art on the inside, so I mean, it's not a complete waste. Yes, I could have gotten the paperback book of the original covers at Half Price Books, but I wanted something pretty. And then it also has pretty sprayed edges too, and I am a slut for sprayed edge. Then we have Sky Shade. I love the Light Lark series. I think it's so cute, and I probably should reread Light Lark and Night Bean just because I remember liking it. I just don't really remember all of the details. I don't think I'll reread it before I read Sky Shade. I just think I should reread it in general. But Sky Shade is on my 2025 TBR, so I figured I'd pick it up anyways because I have the physical copies of the other books and I just thought, why not? So that's Sky Shade. Next, we are getting into the books that I bought yesterday and today. First one I have is the special edition of Light Lark by Alex Astor. The reason why I decided to get the special edition is, well, one, it's super pretty. I mean, look at that cover. Look at the edges. Let me show you something else. There is character art in here. Like, that is amazing. Look at that. It's so beautiful. And I kind of got it because I do plan on getting the special edition Grimm and Oro book when it gets released later this year. And I wanted to have another special edition to display with said Grimm and Oro book. That may seem silly, but hey, I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl. I got that one from Target as well, by the way. These next 4 I got today. The first 2 are, and I haven't taken the stickers off of these either, A Study in Drowning and The Bone Shard Daughter. Both of these are from Half Price Books, and I thought I was gonna find a lot more things here. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of selections, just not really in what I was looking for. There's tons of romance and a lot of like book talk-esque books there, but I was kind of looking for more of like hidden gems. I was also shopping with my sister and my nephew, so I did buy him some books, and then she also got some books herself. But I got these 2 because these 2 are ones that I see at Barnes & Noble all the time, but I don't pick up, so I figured I would take advantage of them being at Half Price Books. I got them for $9.99 and $8.99, which I think are pretty good deals because They're usually, I think, between like $15 and $18 full price. But A Study in Drowning is, I think this is also on my 2025 TBR, and I don't have a physical copy of it. I don't know if it's on Kindle Unlimited or not, but if it is, I'm probably going to read that. I am kind of in my Kindle girly era. I still love physical books. It's just I'm trying to appreciate my Kindle, seeing as I just got it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. This one, I'm not sure how long it is. It looks to be about 300 pages. It's like 375. And then this is The Bone Shard Daughter. I don't hear too many people talking about this one, but I know it is somewhat popular. But this was actually the very first book that I put on my Goodreads TBR in 2023. And I still haven't gotten around to reading it, or at least purchasing it. So here we are. I have her, and now I have no excuse but to at least start it. I don't have to finish it right away, but this is a series. I think it's a trilogy. I don't even remember what this is about anymore. I put it on my TBR such a long time ago. And then the last two books I got from Barnes. Very first one is Apprentice to the Villain. So I did just finish Assistant to the Villain a couple days ago. Loved it. It was on Kindle Unlimited, that's why I picked it up. None of the rest of the series is on Kindle Unlimited yet, so I just decided to get a hard copy. This one does have the purple sprayed edges. I think it's cute. I mean, it's not, I mean, it says it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, but it doesn't really seem like it's super extravagant. But again, I mean, if the cover is different, I haven't seen the original one, then I just assume this is what this looks like. My receipt's still in here. I really enjoyed Assistant to the Villain, so I'm going to read this. It might take me a couple months, I'm not sure, but I have it to read, and instead of buying it on Kindle, I just decided to have a hard copy because we all know what's going on with books right now. And then The Honey Witch. This is actually the one that I wanted to read after I DNF'd a certain book that I will not talk about right now, but I will talk about in my monthly wrap-up. Go watch that if you're watching this after that comes out. But The Honey Witch, it seems like such a cute story, and the cover looks amazing. Like, that looks so cozy. I bought this because I noticed it was buy one get one 50% off, and I was gonna find another one that was part of the deal so that I could also buy it, and ended up not finding one that I wanted to buy, so I just bought it anyways because this is not on Kindle Unlimited either. So again, I will not be purchasing a digital copy of this. I'm going to purchase the physical copy. One thing that I did want to do today, but I actually didn't get around to doing it, also I'm not sure if I would have been able to because it is a Sunday, was go get a library card. I do want to take advantage of Libby and reading from my local library because support your local libraries. And I haven't been to the library probably since I graduated high school like 6 years ago, maybe more, because I don't think I went to the library at all senior year. So I want to go do that, but it's kind of hard to find time during the week because I work full time. So eventually, hopefully I can make some time to do that. I know I'm taking off a couple days in April, so maybe it will wait till April to do that so I can do it during a weekday, or maybe I'll just request some time off so that I can have a little self-care day. I'm not sure yet. Next thing I am going to do, that I'm really excited, I'm gonna write out the prompts for my TBR jar, but I'm going to go on Pinterest and find a couple prompts, and I'm gonna write them down on these cards, and then I'm gonna put them in this jar for now. Okay, so I have 24 pieces of paper here that I just kind of ripped index cards into quarters to do this because I kind of wanted to save paper. So I think I'm going to do a mix of things off the top of my head and on Pinterest. So this is probably going to be like slowed down and sped up a lot. I'm not sure how I'm going to end up editing this because I'm probably going to talk a little bit but mostly be writing. I'm going to write ones that are off the top of my head first, and then the rest I'm going to fill with Pinterest prompts. Okay, so I was able to brainstorm 7 prompts by myself. I'm just going to rapid fire them, and then I'm going to look for more prompts and then come back and let you know what prompts I chose. I have a book with more than 400 pages, a book with less than 200 pages, a book written by a male author, a book you've already read once, a book off your physical TBR, a book you've been putting off, and a book you found through Kindle Unlimited. I feel like the writing part's a little boring, so I'll see you when I get the rest of my prompts done, and then I'll show you how full the jar is I'm assuming the jar is not going to be that full because it's only 24 pieces, but hopefully over time we can kind of swap them out and or put more in. If I see that I'm reading like way more books than my TBR, then I will start to add more and more prompts, or if I just get bored of the ones that I have, because I did make a TBR for this month and I am falling short already. There's only like a week left of the month and I'm hoping that I can at least get 5 books read, and right now I'm at 3. So we'll see. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I got them. This was easier than I thought, but still pretty tricky. I kind of had a hard time choosing, but then I also had to remember that this is supposed to be a challenge. Like, I'm not supposed to be in control when I pull these TBR prompts. I'm gonna rapid fire these again so we can just get through them. We have a book with a pretty cover, book with the vibes of the season, so spring, summer, winter, fall, a book with a person on the cover, a book set in the past or future, so not current modern times, a book from a genre you don't reach for, a book everyone is talking about, a book you missed the hype train on, the next book in a series you've started, a book that became a movie and or TV show, a book with a title of 5 or more words, and a book with a title of 1 word, LGBT romance, a book you thrifted, a book from a new author or just one that you haven't read before, a book that starts with the first letter of your name, start a series with 5 or more books, and read any standalone. I'll go ahead and put my prompts in the description just in case anybody needs some ideas for their TBR jar, but I'm going to go ahead and fold them up and put them in my jar, and I'll show you what it looks like after. That kind of filled up way more than I thought it would. This is what the jar looks like. Maybe I'll need a bigger jar because this is just 24 prompts. This is also what I usually put my cotton pads in, so I did empty that out to use this for the time being. So we will be on the hunt for a bigger TBR jar, or maybe we just need to use smaller paper. This is what that looks like. I'm really excited to pick some books from this jar. I don't know how well I'm gonna stick to it, but we're really gonna try, and if we don't like it, we don't have to do it again. But that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming book shopping with me and listening to me unpack all of my new books and set up my TBR jar and all that jazz. I don't remember everything that I had in this video. Anyways, all of my links are in the description below. Again, I will list all of the prompts that I put in this video in the description in case you want to pull some inspiration from that. But that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.